Hello everyone, wish everyone a happy new day. Alex and NA began their loving prenatal education journey for their child. Every whisper, every sweet melody was sent, and then, a miracle happened. The baby in the belly suddenly reacted as if responding to the love of the parents. This is an unforgettable moment in the prenatal education diary of the small family. The heart sparkled. That small moment made both husband and wife choked up, as if the sacred bond between father and child had been lit since the baby was in the mother's womb. Prenatal education is not only words and melodies, but also a bridge of love, helping the baby feel the care and warm affection from the parents. Watch the video to fully feel the magical moment when a small creature listened and responded, opening up a loving journey for this small family. And don't forget to click the subscribe button to follow the channel. Late afternoon, the last sunlight of the day spread a pale yellow color on the long road. Alex had just returned home. After many days of traveling far away for work, busy meetings, hasty meals, and long nights in strange hotels, the only thing that held him back was the image of Tuna and the baby in her belly. But when he had just arrived, he heard that she was not at home, but had gone to the farm to take care of the chickens. Alex's heart beat faster. A feeling of impatience and restlessness crept into every breath. Without hesitation, he quickly turned the car, the wheels grinding on the familiar red dirt road leading to the farm. The scenery along the road seemed to pass by in the blink of an eye. In his mind there was only one image. Tuna was busy in the middle of the yard, sweat beading on her forehead, her small hands busy taking care of the chickens like they were her own children. The closer he got, the more Alex felt his heart ache. He remembered the afternoons when they sat on the porch, Tuna telling him about the hen that had just laid an egg, about the jackfruit tree in the backyard starting to bloom. Those small things, seemingly simple, were where he found rare peace in the hustle and bustle of life. And now, after many days apart, he longed to see her more than ever. As soon as the car stopped in front of the farm gate, Alex hurriedly got out. He ran quickly towards the sound of the chickens clucking, his heart filled with anxiety. From afar, Tuna's figure appeared in the dim afternoon light, small but resilient. Alex suddenly stopped for a moment, to admire that moment. The image of the girl he loved, living a simple but strong life. A surge of emotions surged, making his eyes warm. He stepped closer, softly calling her name. Tuna looked up, her eyes surprised, and then gradually brightened. In that moment, all fatigue, all distance disappeared. Only simple happiness remained. After many days apart, they met again, in the peaceful space of the farm, where the sound of chickens mixed with the beating of two hearts. Alex pulled Tuna into his arms, hugging her tightly as if to make up for the days apart. Both were silent, only listening to their heartbeats, letting their longing flow. Then Alex bent down, put his ear close to her belly. Suddenly, he was startled when he felt a small sound like a response from the little creature. His heart trembled, his eyes shining with emotion. At that moment, Alex understood that his love for Tuna now had another sacred seed of life that would bind them together forever. Alex held Tuna's hand. His eyes were both gentle and somewhat nervous. He smiled softly, his voice slow. During the days of business trips, in fact, in addition to work, I secretly attended a prenatal education class. At first, I didn't know anything, but every time I heard the lecture on how to talk to the baby, sing to the baby, I felt my heart warm up. I just thought, if you whisper to the baby every day, then I also have to learn so that the baby can feel the love from the father. Every night after work, I sit in the hotel room, practice saying silly things, imagining the baby is listening. I know I'm very clumsy, but I want to do everything so that the baby can grow up in loving arms. Tuna, I want you and the baby to believe that I am always here, accompanying you and the baby on this journey. Tuna was silent when she heard Alex share. She didn't expect that during the days he was away, amidst all the hustle and bustle of work, he still thought about her and the baby so much. Tuna's eyes gradually blurred, hot tears fell down her cheeks. but the corners of her lips curved into an emotional smile. She put her hand on his cheek, her voice trembling. "Did you really do that? I thought I was the only one whispering to the baby every night. I didn't expect that even when we were apart, you would accompany us in your own way." Tuna felt an indescribable happiness. She felt loved, protected, and most of all, no longer alone. Bending down, she let him rest his head on her stomach, whispering softly, "Baby, can you hear me? Your father has learned to talk to you. From now on, we will have your father by our side, accompanying and loving you forever." Alex suddenly leaned over to pick up the guitar he had brought back from his business trip. The guitar was new, the wood was shiny, the strings were tight. He placed the guitar on his lap, his fingers paused for a moment, then plucked it lightly. The clear sound rang out, spreading throughout the yard. Tuna unconsciously raised her head to look, her eyes lit up with surprise and emotion. "When did you learn to play the guitar?" she asked softly, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. Alex smiled, her eyes shining with tenderness. "During the business trip. In addition to the prenatal education class, I also took the time to learn a few chords. I want to play for you and the baby myself, so that the baby can feel the love of a father." The sound of the guitar resonated, rustic but full of emotion. Alex did not play skillfully like an artist, sometimes clumsily, but each note made Tuna's heart flutter. She sat silently beside him, her sparkling eyes following his every move. In that moment, she no longer remembered the hardships and loneliness she had experienced, but only saw a simple happiness. The man she loved was using all his heart to bring joy to her and her child. Tuna gently placed her hand on her belly and whispered, "Baby, can you hear that? Daddy is playing for you." She turned to look at Alex, her smile radiant with faith and love. Alex continued to play the guitar, the melody blending with the wind and the chirping of insects in the afternoon, creating their own music. While playing, he gently bent down, placing his ear close to Tuna's belly, as if wanting to hear how the little child reacted. And then, a soft kick sounded. Alex stopped, his eyes shining, and Tuna laughed through tears. The sound of the guitar resounded steadily under Alex's fingers. The rustic melody suddenly became gentler when he sang softly. Alex's voice was not too skillful, even hesitant at times, but full of warmth. He sang like a whisper, like telling a story, to lull his child to sleep. Each soft word melted into the quiet afternoon space. Tuna sat beside him, her hand gently placed on her belly, her eyes filled with tears. She never thought that one day she would hear her man play and sing a lullaby to her child. Even before the child was born, that sound not only moved her, but also touched the depths of her mother's heart. In that moment, the whole yard was filled with the sound of the guitar, singing, and the gentle sunset. Tuna looked up at Alex, her smile filled with happiness. She knew this was his silent promise to always be by her side, to protect and love her and her child for the rest of their lives. Alex's soft voice and guitar sound echoed in the sunset, gentle as a lullaby. Tuna was smiling when she suddenly stopped. Her hand on her belly clearly felt a small kick, then another. Her eyes lit up, and she exclaimed emotionally, "Honey, the baby is reacting." Alex quickly put down the guitar and put his ear close to her belly. Indeed, a few more kicks sounded, timid but clear as a response. In an instant, his heart trembled, his whole body seemed to explode. He hugged Tuna tightly in his arms, his voice choked. "I heard Dad ... I really heard Dad." Tuna couldn't hold back her tears. She laughed with tears falling, her hand holding his hand and placing it on her belly, so that both of them could feel that magical miracle. In the middle of the small yard, they sat close to each other, 3 heartbeats blending into one melody, a mother's love, a father's protection, and a small life growing day by day. When the atmosphere gradually calmed down, Tuna quietly walked into the house, took the notebook that was still on the wooden table. She opened a new page, and wrote in soft, trembling handwriting, "Today, you kicked when you heard Dad singing. The first moment you responded to that love, I will remember forever." Alex sat beside her, silently following each line. A sacred happiness welled up in his heart. From now on, all memories with Tana and her mother would be kept like precious gems, marking the loving journey of parenthood that they both walked together.